Yo, what's good? Welcome back to Past the Six Podcast. I am your host, JB. Joining me as always, Tsunamic Wave. What's going on, bro?
I'm chilling, man. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. Good, man. Had a little snowstorm where I'm at, man. You know what I mean? It's all right, though. It's not as bad as what they got. I think it was a Buffalo that got smacked by the snowstorm.
Yo, I seen Bills fans shoveling for like 12 hours just to prep for the game. And the crazy thing is they didn't shovel none of the Steelers seats. Like that joke was so hilarious watching the people just try to get them and they peoples to their seat when it was filled with snow. It was kind of ridiculous.
I mean, with Bills Mafia, are you even surprised, man? They just shady, like all across the board, man.
It was
But
hilarious to me. I can't front.
it was funny though. It was funny, and shout out to the Bills who won their playoff game against the Steelers. But I mean, not really that much of a shock. But anyway, what's good? Yeah, I hope all is well. Second show of 2024. If you're new to the show is split into four parts. We start out what games we're currently playing. Then we'll go on to this week in gaming, talk about games that dropped up this week in history. Then from there, we'll touch upon some topics. Then we'll end with the spin wheel. We got you all types of questions. You know what it is by now. One guy that goes, all types of stuff. So wait, let's kick this off, man. What game you currently playing, man?
Sorry, I know y'all see me keep bringing my finger up to the screen, but
Are you
it's
good?
like real blurry. I don't know what's going on. I've been playing a lot of Overwatch too, just switching it up a little bit. When you play the same games in a long period of time, and they get kind of stale. So I had to switch it up. So I've been playing a little bit of Overwatch. I actually downloaded some older games like oh man, I was just talking about this game, Division 2, Elden Ring. Some of the gems that I enjoyed previously.
Okay. Um, so for me, I been playing a lot of Super Mario Wonder. I've also played some Jurassic Park Evolution a little bit, only because I know Evolution 2 came out. I didn't like it quite as much, but I did like it. But I love that first one. Basically, if you're not familiar, the Jurassic Park Evolution is like you build your own version of Jurassic Park, right? And then dinosaurs break out, all types of stuff. Think like city skylines, but in terms Jurassic Park, if that makes sense. Playing a little bit of that, and that's really much it. You know what I mean? Still trying to get into gaming. I do want to play the new Prince of Persia that just dropped. I haven't had a chance to check that out yet. Um, and yeah, we're about to get into a window where games are starting to drop. PlayStation, Xbox, and even the Switch. And obviously, we're still around the clock news with the Switch 2, whatever it's called. But yeah, man. Let's get to these comments before we get into this week in gaming. Jess said, "Hi everyone, what's going on?"
Yo,
Andrew said, "Yo, what's
yo,
good, bro? What's
yo.
good?" Yeah. Big James said, "Yeah, Jesus."
Yo.
Jess said, "Finished Super Mario Wonder with the little one. Completed it. Wave
Oh, that sounds like a spoiler right there.
completed the game. It's actually a very good game. I ain't gonna lie. Like the whole storyline, the little storyline between it is cool too." Um,
Right?
Mo said, "Yo, what up? What up, Mo?"
Yo.
Said playing City Skylines 2 right damn now. That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm still waiting for the drop on console. I think we're a few months away. Let's go. And Andrew said Baldur's Gate 3. So I did. So I talked about that a little bit last week. How I have played that. I didn't get to it this past week, but it is really it was good. It's kind of like I said last week, it kind of reminds me of remember It Takes Two when I won the game of the year and
Yeah.
we was kind of thrown off and then we went then we both played it and was like, I get it. I mean, Baldur's Gate 3, it wasn't that much of a shock though. Like we kind of predicted that was gonna win the game of the year, but at the same time, like it's a really good game. I ain't gonna lie. And I'm not even the biggest fan of those type of games, but I actually am enjoying it. They said greatness. And just said her first completed video game. Absolutely. Absolutely. She was hyped too. Super hyped. But yo, Wave, let's get into this week in gaming, bro. Where you briefly look back on games that dropped throughout this week in history. Kicking us off, Wave. We starting out with Resident Evil 2, man, was dropped January 21st, 1998. Shout out to Capcom, man. legends out there. But Wave, man, what's your thoughts on this game as we're now 20 going on 26 years of Resident Evil 2?
I'm not gonna lie, I had to go back and revisit this a little bit, but it's because of the amount of remakes that they actually had when it came to Resident Evil 2.
Right.
But like this back in these days, like I don't want to say they did the horror games better because obviously it looked way better now, but like they just had like the jump scare game on lock because you didn't really know the way like the screen moved with the character. Like you didn't really know what was gonna come around the corner, and that just made for like some really fantastic moments if you end up getting scared. You know what I'm saying? Um, and the Resident Evil just did it the best. You know, obviously we know the storyline is dope. We know if you are a Resident Evil fan, you probably done played the remaster a couple of times. Um, actually, at the part where I'm getting chased by I forget the dude name, but the dude wearing the shaft jacket and the rain hat. You
Yeah.
know, and he could move helicopters with just his hand, like. But yeah, nah, Resident Evil is a classic game, man. Resident Evil 2 is definitely one of my top Resident Evil games of all time.
Yeah, without a doubt, man. This is definitely one of the best games on the original PlayStation. It's funny though, because I feel like not a lot of people, and by a lot, I don't necessarily mean us or those in the chat. I'm just talking about like across the internet. When they talk about playing the original Resident Evil, I often notice that they're actually talking about Resident Evil 2. When they talk about some of the things they talk about, it's actually in the second one. And I always found that quite odd. But this game is a classic, man. Well known. Everybody I know who had a PlayStation had this game, or at least played this game heavily. I mean, this was back when you rent games, you know what I mean? So
Right,
even if
blockbuster.
you didn't have it, you rented it, played it, or whatever. Yeah, this to me, the first one was good, but this one took it to new heights. You know what I mean? By the
Right.
time 1998 rolled around, this is when we're starting to see games like this. We're seeing games like Banjo Kazooie was dropped on the 64. Zelda. What I'm saying is we're starting to see the perfection of that era of consoles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
96, 97 had some bangers, of course, but this is when they started to like just go to the next level with these games. Um I still can't put this one as my favorite. Like I said last week when we covered Resident Evil 4, that's my favorite.
Yeah,
Um,
mine's too. I agree.
but this one I do remember playing this, man. Like this kind of got me into the horror genre. Let's see what the comments are saying. Andrew said trying to get laid in that game. He said, "Man, we are old. 26 years. Yo, it felt like
Yeah.
yeah, like I was doing like when I was thinking about it, like 26 years. So I'm like, that's crazy. Like the PlayStation, on one hand, it does seem a long time ago, Wave, but on the other hand, it doesn't. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's like it was yesterday, but you
Right.
know, yesterday your knees are still hurting. You know what I'm saying?
That's hilarious. Um, just said it looks good. Yeah, I mean, see, that's the thing. This one holds up a lot better than the first one did. We covered the first one a little while ago, but
Yeah, dude.
it's I don't know why it just looks a lot bad, like a lot better. And I know actually, did they remaster this one? I think they
Yeah,
for
I
the
got it.
Dreamcast, right?
I got they remastered this one. They remastered this one a couple times, bro.
Okay, okay. I mean, I figured because it's so popular. I just like we covered 4 last week, so obviously that's like on the top of my mind still. Mo
Yeah.
said, I don't dislike it, but it never clicked with me. So you don't like this Silent Hill. Just say you're
It's
not a
just
fan
not
of
a
the horror,
yeah, you
man.
don't like the horror. Yeah. You don't like that
Classics.
genre.
Nah, it's all good though. Vic said that part scared me.
Bro,
Word,
the
man.
way the camera moved was crazy. Like, especially when you to the point where you running away from I can't remember the dude name to save my life, but when you running away from that mysterious dude, like it make it even better. Even with certain bosses, because you never
Yeah.
know like how they gonna what angle they're gonna attack you because the screen kind of twirl around. It's funny, but
Most said
it
I am a
works.
fan of horror, just not this horror. All right. All right. Yo, Wave, let's jump to the next game, bro. Yo, the next game we talking about is The Punisher, man. Was dropped back in 2005, obviously to go along with the film. Wait, are you a fan of the Punisher? Like, what's your thoughts on this game, bro?
I'm a fan of the character. I missed on this game though, and
Okay.
like when I went back to to watch it, I'm like, "Dang, bro, I didn't." This game is brutal. Like they really make you feel like how the Punisher would really be. Like I was just watching some of the highlights of this game, and dude just like chopping people heads off, throwing knife. That might everything I'm saying might be a little bit too brutal for some ears, but this is just what's in the game. You
Right.
feel me? Like he throwing knives into people's heads from a distance. This game is definitely it's dope. It seemed dope. I don't really know how to plays or none of that because I didn't play it, but based on what I'm seeing, I think it's a dope game that I probably would have enjoyed if I didn't miss it.
Yeah. So I'm not really the biggest fan of the film. Basically, that went along with this. Wasn't horrible, not like that. It just didn't really click with me. The video game I remember playing on the OG Xbox, and again, like it was I basically shoot 'em up, fun stuff like that. Um, I'm a little biased because I like wait. If you remember the Matrix game,
Yeah,
those games is fire. You know what I mean? So whenever there's a game that kind of ties directly into a film, I'm always quick to like that and Spider-Man 2. Those are the ones that I'm always like, if it ain't that level, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm
right.
like holding it to a high standard. But I do remember this game vividly. My stepbrother was a big fan of the Punisher and he had the game. So I remember playing it, and I have really nothing bad to say about it, to be honest. It's just the character, you know what I mean? It's just the IP is just not my thing. See what the comment is saying. All right, let's see. Vic James said, Nemesis, that's Resident Evil 3. I do remember that one too.
I think
Um,
he's speaking like as far as like top Resident Evils go because
oh, top. Okay.
he was talking about the top Resident Evil when
I would
he
still go
put that in the chat.
4. So if out of those three, 4, 2, and 3, 2, 3, and 4, I'd probably go 4,
2 and 3.
4, 2, and 3. We could do that though, like one of these days, rank all of them because, like I said, I have played every single one of them, so I definitely can rank them. That'd be
I haven't
interesting
played
to do.
all of them. I played the
You
main
play,
ones, the
have you
main
played
titles.
latest one, Resident Evil 8?
Nah, I haven't. Nah.
Check it
I
out.
haven't played
I
eight.
think
I
I
haven't
think I
played
think
Code
that's coming to
Veronica.
Game Pass. Not too long from now.
All right, I'll give it a try.
Word. Andrew said the Punisher game was top. I still have my copy. It was pulled quick from many stores. Yeah, it was brutal. It was brutal.
Yeah, that game was that. What I was seeing was crazy. I'm like, dang, they allowed this back then.
Yeah, I mean it got the mature tag on it, but like it's a little much. Like they definitely snuck one. Like they snuck some stuff in that game. Mo said, looking at this clip, it damn sure don't. Hey man,
Yeah, it
2005 was
looked
a wild
crazy.
time, man. Baggy jeans, 4XTs. We talked about that though. Like Andrew said, Punisher greater than Spooderman. Spider-Man. Nah, bro, chill. Just said, does the Punisher have an arm? That's Andrew, man. Where's Aunt May?
Punisher definitely don't got an Aunt May.
You said just had a hot wife, but she dead. Damn.
Technically, though, I think Punisher is probably only popular to some people because they actually show the brutality of what he did.
True.
If they show the brutality of what Spider-Man did, then or does, like, cause he really don't get enough credit for how he be hurting people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he probably should be like on Deadpool level because in the game he's throwing bricks in people's face. It's crazy. Like just imagine Spider-Man swinging all his body weight in the air and throwing a cement block in your face. I don't think it's gonna just knock you to the ground like they showed.
Right. All right, yo, Wave, let's jump into the next game, man. Yo, the next game we talking about is Skate 3, Wave. Yo, Wave, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. This is a game, and we talked about my love for the Tony Hawk franchise a bunch of times, right? So when this game came out, I ain't gonna lie, Wave, I was hating on it heavy. I was hating on it. I'm like, man, nobody trying to play that. It's Tony Hawk or nothing, right? And a lot of my friends started getting the game, and it was like, yo, it's hot. I'm like, nah, man, Tony Hawk or nothing. So I never even played Skate 1. I've never even played Skate 1 until like later. I'm talking about collecting later, like 2016.
Sheesh.
Skate 2 was the first one I played. I spent the night at a friend's house, just chilling. He popped on Skate, and I was playing it, and it's fun as hell, man. I can't front. It's different from Tony Hawk, but more or less the same thing. Little less arcadey, which I thought I wouldn't have liked, but it actually was not bad. Skate 3 I ended up loving. So like I've basically came around on this franchise big time, bro. Like, because I at first I was like, I'm not playing this. Like, it's stupid. Got to use the control sticks and all that. Like, but this franchise turned out to be a highlight for like that 360 era. You know what I mean?
Right.
What's your thoughts on Skate 2 or the Skate franchise all in all?
I honestly thought they kind of just took the reins from Tony Hawk. You know what I'm saying? I feel
Mm-hmm.
like at first, at first with the analog tricks, I'm honestly still not a big fan of the analog tricks. I prefer the buttons. But that's just me, and I think that they made a smooth transition. Like, I could remember specifically from Skate 2 a ton of like gaps and different things that people kind of made into like these record breaking things that they kind of just created throughout the world, and they was able to build a community out of it, and it was pretty dope. So like, uh I think they did a good job taking over for as far as the skating games go. But I'm not gonna act like I sat here and played Skate a ton. I was a huge fan of Skate.
Yeah.
Uh, you know,
Just said the characters in the DC shirts are killing. Yeah, remember the DC shirts?
yeah, I had a pair of DC shoes before.
DC shoes, the shirts. Most said didn't get into the third one yet. Skate 3 was the first one I bought because I was like, at that point, I was like, I bet. I didn't buy it too until later, although I played it. And then the third one, when that dropped, I went out and got it. You know what I mean? By
Right.
that point, I was a fan. Just said, I don't like this, but I was in middle school in 2009, and middle school skater boys are insufferable. So I'm biased as hell. That's hilarious. But yeah, yo, shout out to Skate, man. I know every now and then they keep talking about remaking making the Skate, was it Skate 4, I think.
Yeah,
I'm here for it if they do it, but if they don't, I get it. I get it.
they got
But
like some new simulation type skating coming out. It's on PC right now. I forget what it's called,
oh really?
but it should be coming out to console pretty soon. Yeah, probably by next week. I should remember the name if we
Oh shit.
bring
All
up
right, cool.
skating games again.
I
It's
definitely have
pretty
to look
dope.
that up. Yeah, I definitely have to look that up.
I'm watching a few people use that to create content. Is a pretty dope game, but it's easy to mess up the tricks. Like, it's not like
Of course.
it's way less
It, it's
forgiving.
it's real. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
All right, yo, that's all we got for this week in gaming. Let's jump into topics. Wave, Battlefield. Battlefield, man. Battlefield 6 confirmed, man. Basically, what ended up happening was right now, probably about, from my guess, this is not anything I read as a guess. I say it's probably about 2 or 3 years away at least. But what's happening is they're trying to assemble a new team, right? To put the game
Yeah.
together. So obviously, people online, they find every single thing online. They found some job postings trying to get top-notch visual arts directors and developers to come work on Battlefield 6. Basically, people saw this and was like, they want the destruction. You know what I mean? The
Right.
buildings, they want it so everything in the game world can come down if destroyed. Which
They was doing that at one point.
yes, but I guess what people were upset with 2042, and I can attest to this. Is it seemed kind of tame. Like as the graphics got better, it seemed like the destruction became less and less. I remember the game Bad Company. Like if you
Yeah,
remember that game, in that you could destroy buildings down to like to the ground. You know what I mean? And I feel like Battlefield, that's always been its like thing. Whereas COD was more multiplayer and storyline and ghosts and the characters that we all know. Battlefield was about the destruction, the real war field. So, what's your thoughts on Battlefield even continuing? I know we talked about this like 3 4 weeks ago, and we was like we didn't know if the franchise should continue. But before we get to that, I want to shout out to Randall Schuler. He said I think it's called Session about the skating game.
yeah, yep, that is it.
Per-
Appreciate you, man. Yeah.
perfect, perfect. Appreciate that because I definitely like wanted to check that out. I'm gonna take a look. Andrew said Battlefield Russia. Uh, I mean, possibly like because they've always kept it real with the game, so who knows? Mo said that's fine. Retool and reload the series. It was never really a bad game. It just wasn't as good as COD or Halo. One
Yeah.
and five did it, and it pissed me off. Walls would fall on you. Loved it. Yo, yeah. Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5, if you guys have time, it is on Game Pass. The whole series is on Game Pass. If you never played Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5, those games are excellent. 2042 Wave now actually has a fan base but it's like Cyberpunk. They spent all that time fixing it, you know what I mean?
Right.
And here we are, a year or two later now, and now people are like, oh, it's not bad, but it's too late. So hopefully with 6, they kind of fix it. But what's your thoughts on it?
Man, I don't know. Like, to be honest, I don't want to tell no group of individuals to give up. I think that they just need to sit back and really think about what it is that their audience in particular is looking for. You know what I'm saying? Because they clearly missed the mark. And also, like, to go off what you said, just make sure a complete game come out. So, like, it's not as buggy, as playable. There's not a lot of complaints, and like do something outside of the box. I feel like these shooters are like scared to do something different. They want to stick with what works, and then that kind of gets stale because like we could probably name all of the guns that you probably put in your game. And I know I said this a few times, so like this is like me almost beating a dead horse, but like just try something different, which is pretty hard. I'm not, it's not easy. Um, that's why a lot of these games flop, but try something. Just the same wars is boring at this point, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I've seen online people saying why not just basically make up wars now. You know what I mean? You don't even have to have the actual nations, you know what I mean, if you don't want to fall into any type of political thing. But
yeah, make
like
up
you
our
said,
own story.
like I think it was Mo who said he's tired of storming
Normandy
Normandy,
Beach.
right? Like he's tired of it, right? Yeah. So and I completely agree. Or just yeah, but I will say this, Wave, though. I know we talked about this a few weeks ago, and I said maybe they should stop making it. But my thing is, as long as COD is out, I think they do need some type of direct military competition. I know
Right.
Halo and COD, they always say they don't consider each other because one is more military, one is more alien. You know what I mean?
It's still
But
military, you just alien.
right, but they've always said that going back to like Halo 3, you know what I mean? They kept saying, nah, it's not direct, it's not the same type of game. I don't agree, but that's how they view it. But they do feel Battlefield is comp, even though they know they crush them. So I'm
Right.
like, as long as Kata's making games, and I do think we do need something because there's no Medal of Honor, and they did the VR thing, which is cool, but there's no direct competition. The last thing we need is COD to not have direct competition.
Yeah, they're gonna end up
So
like 2K and Madden.
right. So I'm keep my eye on this, man. I ain't gonna lie. Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 1 was like amazing. I actually prefer those over the CODs at that time. So I can still go back and play the campaign modes too. They're so much fun.
Maybe they should stick to the smaller numbers. It seem to be working. You feel me?
I look, I know people been telling me like, yo, go back and check out 2042 so much better now. I just can't. Like,
They saying the same thing about Cyberpunk, but it's like,
yeah, yeah,
bro,
like same thing. Perfect,
it's like
perfect.
you done messed it
I'm
up before
sure
I
they
could
fixed
even.
it. I'm sure it's a lot better. Don't get me wrong, but I just can't go back at this point. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I can't take it serious now. It's like I'm already been jaded about it. You know what I mean?
right. It's not fair about the lens I'm gonna view it is just not gonna be fair.
Randall said, "Guys, I'm gonna do thanks for shout out on Battle for Russia or Ukraine." Said Covenant are military. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
see, it's
we
military.
agree, but they've always, I think they've always wanted to steer clear of each other, and I absolutely agree. Bad Company was a great series. A lot of these series from that era has just vanished. You know what I mean? It's just basically got destroyed by Battlefield, which at the time was still hot, and COD basically just kind of they was like, we can't compete. Why even make the game anymore?
The finals is a good shooter, and
Yeah.
the environment is destructible. Destructible.
So like, hopefully, if they could do it right, I agree with Mo as and use courses wave. Like, I agree that if they can do it right, I'm all for it. Because like, if COD keep putting out shit, somebody can eventually can make a hot game to kind of eclipse it. But we'll
Somebody
see.
got to hold them. You know,
Something, right? Something. Yo, next up, Wave. If you remember last year, Wave, I'm talking like early last year, we talked about the Halo Battle Royal, right?
right?
Basically, the streets of Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, did some digging and they started basically just reaching out and asking people what happened to it. And come to find out, it's been canceled. It's been canceled, Wave. What's your thoughts on that?
I think the real question should be: did we ever think that they was coming out with a battle royale?
I
Like,
mean,
come on, bro. That was what they were supposed to lead with.
right.
Like, I knew it was a wrap as soon as they came out with a regular multiplayer.
So if you remember, Wave, when we talked about it, it was rumored, but it was never confirmed. And then it got confirmed, but it no release date. It was very like in its infancy. Um, do I care that it's canceled? No, I don't, because I think what they put out with Infinite was perfectly fine. I don't think they needed a battle royal wave, and that's kind of where we deferred on that. You thought they had to have one, and
Yeah.
I was more like, it's hey, they've always done their own thing.
See, I think the multiplayer, as far as Halo goes, is gonna be good enough for the old fan base like us because we know Halo for what it is. But if they trying to grab the younger attention, the younger attention, they need to do something different. You know what I'm saying? Because like these young cats, they not really trying to play no multiplayer. It's not too many multiplayer games that's doing well. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like they needed to do something different. Maybe, I mean, maybe this worked for them. I don't really know how good Halo is doing, Infinite is doing right now, so I can't speak on if this method is working. I just feel like if they want to, you know, broaden their reach, they gotta do something else. You know, so Battle Royale just made sense with the type of game it is.
So, and I know it's kind of the COD route, right? Because we had Call of Duty drop every year, but then we also had Warzone that overlapped. My thing was, I guess, did it have to be its own separate game, right? Like, couldn't it just be a mode within the game? That was always my thing when it came to this. Does it have to be its own separate game? Like, do I need like for us it'd be probably Game Pass, so it's not like we have to pay it, and even Warzone is free. But does it have to be its own separate game, or can it just be something that drops with the next Halo game or something?
Nah, I feel like it could have just dropped with the Halo game because they already got the map. They already
Right,
got the game mode. They just got to add it so more teams could be on it. Literally, they got like a 2v2 open world type of thing. They could just
right.
open that up. Even with the campaign mode, they just got to make it so they could add more people into the game and add a server to it. And they could make it work where they could just add it to the game. It'll obviously be a lot more gigs to download, but it can be done.
Get to the comments. Most said, I wish I had more hands so I could give this news 4 thumbs down. Yeah, yeah. Like, look, man, like anything Halo to me is hot. So like it sucks that they didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
again, I'm still on the train that I don't think they need it. Their fan base is still going strong. To answer your question, Wave, Halo Infinite was a massive success. It's just because it was like one of the first big games Xbox had that came to Game Pass. So like it didn't seem like, oh, Halo Infinite is doing wild on the sales charts because everybody had Game Pass. You know what I mean? So it didn't
Yeah.
seem like how Spider-Man, oh, it's selling this many copies, this many copies. We know how Xbox gets down with their games, so it doesn't get that type of press.
No, I'm not even talking. I'm talking about like retention. You feel me? Like I knew they was gonna start off strong because they gotta, like you said, the fan base is
Yeah,
crazy. I'm a Halo fan. I wanted them to do well. I just felt like they needed to lead with the battle royale, which is what they was teasing. Um, but at the same time, you know, I don't know. I feel like they should have just gave us what they said, man.
yeah. So I still think it's something they can revisit. Just maybe it's not okay. It's not out next year, the year after. Maybe they could revamp it and retool it or whatever. But I mean, it does kind of suck because I love the gameplay of Halo, so I could see how a battle royale of that would be fun. Add in the sword, you know what I mean, the plasma sword. You add in the weapons they got. I could
Yeah.
see how somebody get wild with it, but like I don't know, like I care, but I don't. If that makes sense, it would have been cool to have, but whatever, right? Andrew
Exactly.
said they would even bring back Big Team Battle. That was a fun on the button. Big Team Battle was in Infinite, um, which I've heard people say they liked the way they did it. And that they didn't. I mean,
It was cool for what it was. That's what made me realize they could have put a battle royale in the game.
right, right. Most said it would have been fire though. They should have done it, especially since Warzone kind of fell off. Yes, yo, wait, what happened to Warzone, man? Like it's just like look,
Warzone is actually doing really well right now.
no. See,
Halo missed his chance.
that's the thing. Warzone, I feel like it's like COD itself. It's always going to do numbers, right? It's always going to have a
Hmm.
big player base. But I feel like it's starting to it kind of turned into like the regular COD. I mean, it makes sense because it is COD, but I
Yeah.
feel like that first one they went all out, right? They because it was new and everyone fell in love with it. And then they redid it again and it was kind of like good, but it's still I feel like it didn't take that next step like I thought it would. You know what I mean? I thought they had really had a chance to Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2 type jump. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I just didn't see it. I know it's always going to do numbers. It's always going to have the big player base, and everybody's still going to stream it on Twitch all day long or kick. But I don't
See,
know. I
but
just feel like it fell off a little bit in terms of quality, not actual like success.
see, COD could kind of take notes from Fortnite, and Fortnite is not beloved by everybody, but they retention is really great
Crazy, yeah.
because they take chances, and I that goes back to what I said just a little bit earlier. You know what I mean? You got to take chances with your content. They just keep on reinventing the wheel. At some point, we're gonna be like, man, how many wheels can we buy?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's pretty much what it is. They don't do nothing different. They just like Warzone 3, I believe we on right now, is pretty decent, but it's the same thing as the first Warzone. You know what I
Right.
mean? You just drop with your guns. You like they got to figure out a way to spice it up a little bit, jazz it up a little bit, and just map switching ain't the only thing you could do.
That's a good
You know?
point, Wave. I didn't even think about that. I think with me, I got caught up in the title, Warzone 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Instead of just Warzone with updates, Warzone 2. I'm thinking like, okay, what's new? You know what I mean? And then it's
exactly.
like, I think that's where I got caught up. That is a good point. Jess said, I honestly think Halo's too good for a battle royal type game. And then she added, like, it's beneath them for lack of a better way to put it. That's an interesting take because that's what I thought was going. Like, you know what I mean? When we first heard about the rumor, but it wasn't confirmed, you really couldn't find it nowhere. I said,
Mhm.
that's what I said. I said, I don't know if Halo going to do it because I think the way they've done it has worked. But then we found out it was a real thing. So I was like, oh, they are going to play in that space. and then it's like, okay, now they're not going to play in that space. And I want to know. I don't think it's beneath them in a sense. Like I think they would do it, but my question is, did they like? Did they? Was it a problem with servers? Was it they didn't think they would have the player base? Like I wonder why they actually did this. You know what I mean?
Right. Um, it's probably because they don't think they got the fan base because the retention. I'm telling you, the retention of Halo ain't as good as people probably think it. It got it can't. If it,
Later,
I
Andrew.
don't know. Night, good night, man.
Right.
I don't think the retention is as good as it should be. And while they got their regular players, at some point you're gonna want a new group of people coming in,
Right.
funneling in. And how do you grab the attention of the new crowd? You gotta switch it up to kind of cater to them a little bit while still keeping some of the things that we loved in there. And the way it looks, the weapons, the
Right.
vehicles, that's for us, the OGs of the gaming industry,
That's a good point.
right? You got to change something up for the younger the generation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
Mo
know.
said, "I'll never forgive Halo for not giving me what I promised myself." Like, I mean, that's me with all video games, to be honest. Like I be talking to myself like, oh, they're gonna do like right now, WWE 2K24 basically is about to get announced this week. We know the game's gonna be out, but it's gonna get like the trailer and stuff like that. And in my mind, they doing this, and then when it don't happen, I'm gonna be mad at myself. As I'm gonna be mad at 2K as if like they actually said they're doing this stuff. But yeah, man. But all right, Wade. The next thing we want to talk about, man, real quick, Wade. MK2 is now in production, officially out of like the COVID pause that they, you know what I mean, that they had to do. Shao Kahn, Jade, Quan Chi, Mataro, and Johnny Cage are rumored to be in this film. We know kind of how the last film was received. I say basically most folks thought it was cool, right? Some
Yeah.
folks didn't like or a lot of folks didn't like the character of Cole Young, who we now know the director came out and was like, the studio basically wanted him to be like a plot. Basically, Cole Young was the audience who didn't know the backstory.
Okay.
That's basically the director said the studio mandated they had to have a new character who basically served as explain the story to us. So, which makes sense as to why a lot of the MK fans didn't like him, because it was like, we already know the story. Why is he, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why did
What
he
is he
become the
doing here?
centerpiece? Right. I fully expect him to get killed in this, this next movie. If how MK is going to do it, how I think they are, man, I think he's going to get killed in this movie. I am excited to see Shao Kahn, one of my favorite characters. I love Shao Kahn from Annihilation. I know a lot of folks didn't. Yeah, they did, but I loved him in the original MK2. Johnny Cage, we know because obviously we saw the poster at the very end. He was going to find Cage. Quan Chi, hopefully, because that ties right into the Scorpion story. So I hope that kind
Yeah.
of gets, and Jade, obviously, Mataro. So like, I think it could be good, man. Like I said, anything MK, you already know, Wave. I'm there. You know what I mean? So I
Right.
am excited for it. Jackson's supposed to have a bigger role in it. We'll see how it goes. What's your thoughts on this though?
I liked it. I liked the Mortal Kombat movie, man. I
Yeah,
ain't I ain't gonna lie. I thought they did a pretty good job. I didn't really understand, the protagonist part in it at
Cole
all.
Young, yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't get it. So maybe they'll just write him out and he won't be there. He did his job.
Yeah,
They got the story out. Now it's time to let the actual Mortal Kombat characters shine.
right.
Uh, I can't wait to really see what they're gonna do with Johnny Cage because that's my favorite character. So
Yep.
the fact and he actually supposed to be there from the beginning, which made me a little upset. Like he should have been in the first movie. He one of the original characters that was in the first movie.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that movie was pretty. I thought it was good as a kid. I know a lot of people think that movie is terrible, but I thought it was pretty dope. But Johnny Cage should have had a nice role, at least a small role. So I'm just excited. I just want to see what they're gonna do with him. hopefully do his trademark moves and all that.
Both said Jack is a motherfucker from Law and Order. Yeah, I will say though, man. Wave, I watch a lot of Law and Order Wave, and every time I see, um, in Law and Order Detective Shaw is his name. And every time I see him, I'm like, yo, that's Jax now. You know what I mean? Like it's Jax.
Yeah,
And whenever I think of the MK movie, I'm like, that's Detective Shaw. Like it's kind of funny as hell to me. But but yeah, man. So like, let's see what else. Most said they completely shit the bed with this one. The MK lore is way too deep to not have a better story out the gate. That's a good point. I kind of want to touch upon that point because I was watching a YouTube video. This is right after, basically, after the movie came out and everybody saw it. Everybody started having the discourse online. People was there's a few people was like, can you tell a good, accurate Mortal Kombat movie live action? Because we know the animated series and then the animated movies are fire, right? We know the
uh-huh.
story they tell in the game is fire. MK1 story mode is fire. But somebody was like, it's not as easy as you think to tell it live action with the special effects and stuff like that. There was like, there's always going to be that pocket of fans, basically me and people like me, who like it regardless because it's Mortal Kombat.
Right.
But they was like, can you actually tell a good MK story live action? I was like, that's at first my instincts to go, of course you can. But then again, I'm being biased because I liked every MK that came out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Yeah.
actually curious. It's like, okay, the Cole Young thing, let's put that aside. That didn't have to be there. That's a Warner Brothers thing. I think they were wrong for that. But it's like, I don't know, man. It's
Um,
tough. It's tough. Because I'm also biased as hell. Like,
I think it's possible though, but I
yeah,
think
God,
it would have to be like almost like the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? Like they got to tell everybody part individually and then
okay,
bring it together because it'll make the tournament make a little more sense. You know what I'm saying? Because like when they kind of just choose whoever they want to choose to kind of show from their point of view, you really don't understand like their point, their I guess where they belong. I don't know how. I guess what I'm trying to say is you really don't understand how all of that tie together into the story. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
right.
it's kind of hard to really explain it just from a random point of view at mid 30-year-old person just got to be in the tournament. You get what I'm saying?
I
Like,
got you.
but if they start from their beginning and then tell a story, it'll be a little bit more easy to follow. I don't know.
Just
I just feel
didn't in
like
the first movie. Yes, Johnny Cage was on the poster at the end. He's definitely going to be in it. Um, uh, Wave, I completely agree with you, man. Like it's basically Mo has the same point. Everyone don't need a cinematic universe. MK is definitely the franchise that needs it. Too much backstory into Woven Lore. So see, like again, I think sometimes this is where I'm like, of course I say that, right? Of course, like yeah, I'm down to watch a Liu Kang movie or a Liu Kang story or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm
right.
down to watch some of Scorpion, the Lin Kuei, Sub Zero. I'm down to watch something like on all that. But I always step back and I'm like, is everybody else? That's always been my thing, Wave. It's like, is everybody else willing to sit down and watch something on the Lin Kuei? Are they willing to sit down and watch something on the Nether Realm? Adenia with Sendel and them, like that's why I'm always like, I don't know if they could pull that off because Marvel, like, it worked already. So obviously hindsight being 2020, but Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man, these are like, I think they can hold their own films and shows a lot better than MK could. Will I watch them? I'll watch every single thing MK does.
Well,
But
I think they gotta take their approach though. Like they don't give all the smaller people like movies. So like every character, even though they're fighters, they're not really they don't need a big you know what I'm saying, a big movie. Not everybody. Like the main guys, yeah. Like the main guys, like you know what I'm saying, like the people that the OG characters, they obviously need their separate movie, but you could sprinkle like the smaller characters into their movies and then give them like you know I don't want to say yeah, you could do the animated shows like HBO, like Max is doing, HBO Max, the app. They
those are
got a
fire,
few
yeah.
Yeah, bro, you could take the little characters and do they story like that, and then give the bigger role, movies to the ones that we recognize and we love. You know what I'm saying? And then put it all together.
Right. Well, we'll say right. Liu Kang, Scorpion, Sub can carry a movie. Ain't nobody watching a movie about Baraka.
Yeah, you would if they do it right. Yes, you would,
Yo,
man.
Baraka that do it, but not like all jokes aside. Like I get it, man. Because then I can see how you could do something with like like there's a lot of lore that gets left on the cutting room floor with MK. I just like I don't know. I'm here for it, regardless of what they do. I'm here for it. And Wave, I do agree. Those animated series and films on HBO is super fire.
Right.
Well, Jess said they're best off taking a Marvel formula if they want an MKCU. That's funny, MKCU. Take a lesser loved character and build up a story. DC keeps failing because they want to start with Superman or Batman every time. Too much knowledge and too many already formed opinions to reach a larger audience and tell a story in a new way.
All right.
Most of same thing. Like that's the thing. Like that's why I always I try to take a step back, Wave, because like obviously, if I go by my opinion, then everything would work. But I'm always like, what would people like kind of lukewarm? Because with the MK film, a lot of folks who played the original games on Sega, Super Nintendo, they came back to watch it. You know what I mean? And
All
some
right.
of them enjoyed it just for the nostalgia. Obviously, we all was like, who the hell is Cole Young? You know what I mean? But that's why I think he's going to get killed in this movie. I do think this movie is going to be better, but again, they like Mo and yourself said, they kind of started right in the middle. Like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then the fact that we didn't even get to the tournament was kind of wild, but who knows? We'll see how it goes.
You see some dude getting beat up who had the birthmark his whole life. They just now decided to chase him. Like, why they wait so long to chase him? They could have been did him. He had the birthmark since he was a kid.
That's a
Scorpion could have
fact.
Sub-Zero could have froze his as soon as he came out with the thing. Sub-Zero could have frozen.
That's a fact, though. That's a fact. All right, yo, let's get to the spin wheel. Wave, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Just not bullying for a birthmark. What is Make a Character Day and how do I participate? I forgot about Make a Character Day. Remember that Wave? We talked about that. Like I'm talking about like our first within the first 10 episodes.
Did we? Because I'm genuinely
Yeah,
confused about
it's
this.
coming
What is
up. Matter of fact, here we'll table this for now, Wave, because it's actually going to come up in a few months. We'll table that one for now.
All right, because I ain't know what that was.
We'll bring that back up. Better movie adaptation game, The Matrix or Power Rangers the movie? Man, get the fuck out of here. Like, yo.
Power Rangers the movie? Dang, I remember that movie. That was a really dope movie. Ain't that the joint with Ivan Ooze?
Yep.
I don't know. I probably would have to say
The Matrix is fire though. That game on Xbox Wave,
I think I would have to say the Matrix, bro.
that shit is flawless, bro.
I would have to say the Matrix. As much of a Power Ranger fan as I was back in the times of Power Rangers the movie, I would still have to go Matrix, man. I can't front. Gotta be, bro.
Wait, I don't know why, but right on my brain is saying you can't go against Power Rangers. Yo, that game is so fire, bro. I'm gonna go Power Rangers. I love that game way too much. Most said if you're talking about the Path of Neo, Matrix hands down. If not, the Power Rangers, just the Matrix as well. Yeah, that game, man. Both those games is fire though, man.
Yeah, I love Power Rangers, the movie, game and movie.
Yeah. Game's fire. All right, let's get to the next one, man.
Power Rangers Worth of the Matrix is crazy.
Best wrestling game ever.
Well, this is gonna probably be a little harder for you, pause, than it is for me. Um, I would have to say I think mine might be the game I put on the page the other day, WrestleMania 2000.
Mm. See, that's tough because WrestleMania 2000. Because like one thing, Wave. That's why, like, if you guys don't know, I sure I know we already announced it, the retrospective series that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to get to some of the wrestling games because I'm trying to tell people if you go back, and I know it's been years now. If you go back and play WrestleMania 2000 and No Mercy, yes, they both use the Aki engine, but when I tell you World Tour, Revenge, WrestleMania 2000, and No Mercy, all four are different games. Like different, bro. They play
Oh,
different. Like I know, like looking back, we all can lump them because they all use the same style, but
mhm.
those games are so different. Also, Wave, check. There's actually a glitch in Revenge. You know how No Mercy has the running grapple?
Yeah,
That's in Revenge. I didn't find this out until 2 weeks ago. That's actually in Revenge,
yeah.
which
WCW
is crazy.
NWO Revenge is crazy.
Um,
That'd be a
it
close two for me.
damn. See, you know how I give it up with Wrestling Wave, like
I know that's why I had to do my answer first
yeah,
because I knew you needed some time to think.
because Day of Reckoning on the GameCube is slept on. By that point, a lot of folks just moved on the PlayStation SmackDown vs. Raw series, but Day of Reckoning is fire. Kind of had like that Aki feel to it. Um, WrestleMania 18, WrestleMania 19 on the GameCube was fire. SmackDown comes with pain.
He doing all of this to say no mercy, just to let y'all know.
Wait, See, that's the thing, man. That's the thing, Wade.
We talked about a lot of wrestling games on this show. We know your favorite. If you don't say no mercy, I'm gonna be surprised.
Wait, I'm only so yes, the answer is No Mercy. But I'm saying this because like I've been like thinking about this like recently for the past few weeks because I've been like a lot of folks who've been like hacking these and modding these games are
Mm-hmm.
finding stuff. And like my thing is like although I will say No Mercy is the best. So to answer the question is the best. When I say like for me it's like this, you know what I mean? With like four
Yeah,
other games. It's not like oh for me it's not easy. The only reason why I'm saying this is because the backstage, the innovation, you know what I mean? That's the
right.
only reason why I'm saying it's the best. But like here comes the pain. And like when I say it's right there, Wave, it's like this. And it has the same control scheme, believe it or not. Fuck man. The chat is funny as hell too. Jessica, I know what you're gonna say. She said, "Go ahead and say something else other than No Mercy, so I can call you a liar, sir." Have you seen yourself play No Mercy? Wait, I still, I still get hyped playing that game. I still play it. It's still in the 64 right now. Um,
I could imagine.
Most said No Mercy, of course. Ranked in order: No Mercy, Revenge, WrestleMania 2000, World Tour. Um, I'd probably flip WrestleMania 2000 and
And
Revenge
revenge.
personally, but I can see that because Revenge, obviously at that point, WCW, the roster, that game is so fire too. Um, yeah, but like I want to do a comparison one day, Wave, probably do a video for it, like SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain versus No Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Because although SmackDown versus Here Comes the Pain came out in 03 versus 2000, the games are so similar. And SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain did rip the control system from it. That's why I got to go No Mercy. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
even the PS2 games was trying to copy it. They were trying to catch up to it. So that's why. But damn, that's a tough one. Because there's so many wrestling games that are good that I just get shit on because it's not No Mercy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But let's jump into the next one, man. Fuck y'all. What is the better franchise, Medal of Honor or Call of Duty?
This is serious, right? They serious with this? This was on the tail end of the questions, huh? Because For Honor, Medal of Honor is not even close to Call of Duty. I mean, maybe, yeah, nah. I'm sorry. It's Call of Duty, man. It's not even close.
What's up? We got Joe Jackson Wheel. Yo, I guess I'm the guy with the cape tonight, man. Like I guess I'm the guy with the cape tonight. Because if we go on single player mode, Medal of Honor is way better. But Call of Duty, obviously, multiplayer, you gotta take everything into account. So obviously, Call
Yeah,
of
you
Duty.
gotta take
But
everything
the
into
story,
consideration.
like whatever you call story, it's not called story mode, right? In games, campaigns
Campaign.
and Medal of Honor games are so fire, so detailed. But obviously, Call of Duty's still going for a reason. So like, obviously, it's
They
Call of
got
Duty.
some fire campaigns of Call of Duty too, man.
They when the
We was
last time
talking about it a couple weeks ago, me and you, wasn't we?
we was. So like for example, Modern Warfare. Wait, we on Modern Warfare 3 that just dropped, right?
Yeah.
So Modern Warfare 2, I heavily enjoyed that one. I'm not even gonna lie. And obviously the ones back in the day was fire. But Medal of Honor is special, man. But you're right though. Just said I do think Medal of Honor is underrated, but it's not better for sure, man. Modern Warfare 1 back in 07, that damn multiplayer is what really just put it into it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Kick it off the year a little easy, huh? Wait. Favorite racing game of all time? This one's tough because 3 games came to my mind right off the bat wave soon as I read this. Midnight Club 3. I mean, no, I'm sorry. Midnight Club Los Angeles.
Midnight Club got an underground. I'm trying to think of the game that I'm thinking.
Midnight Club Underground. No, at least not
No,
to
it's
my
not.
knowledge.
It's not Midnight Club. What?
Need for
What
Speed.
is it? Need for Speed Underground? I think
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. So the 3 games that came to my mind was Midnight Club Los Angeles. I can't fucking. I always cruising
Cruising USA.
No, the second one. Cruise in the World. The one that had basically all the other countries.
Yeah.
Cruise in the World. And I still got to give it up to I know a lot of folks don't. They like it, but they don't like this game. I still got to go F-Zero. F-Zero. I can never think of the name. F-Zero X. The one was on the 64. F-Zero X. I actually love that game, bro. Those are, but in that order too. So Midnight Club would be my favorite racing game of all time. But second behind that would be Cruising the World, and third would be F-Zero.
Yeah, I would have to say mine's is Need for Speed Underground and then Midnight Club, Dub Edition.
Dub Edition. That's a good one too. I can't even frown on that. Mo said Cruising USA game taught me how to drive.
Bro, that was like the first racing game I ever seen in the arcade.
Word. Yo, I actually saw a
Cruising
video
USA.
the other day of the original Gran Turismo. I was like, that shit looks so old. You know what I mean? So bad.
Yeah, it's
like
crazy.
And then now we're on what, 7, I think? Gran Turismo 7.
Tap the gas twice and do a flip.
Randall said the newest Need for Speed is amazing. I haven't played it. Have you played it? The one that came out a few months ago, I think.
Nah, I was playing one that I'm assuming Travis Scott like had some type of influence on. It looked like something he would do. It was like really cartoony. It was pretty dope.
Okay. Just said not the question
Yeah, I'm
for
bound.
I'm bound. Okay. Just said not the question for me. I hate driving. I go to speed limit in Forza.
That's crazy.
And I barely do rainbow.
The speed limit of Forza is crazy.
Oh man, I will say the Forza Horizon 5 was a close, like, you know what I mean? I love that game too. I actually can't wait to 6. I know it's probably years away now, but um just to me, cars do not get along in real life and virtually. Yo, that's actually like my younger brother Devontae. Yo, wait, we was playing. Remember Ghost Recon Wildlands?
Yeah.
We was playing Wildlands. I remember it was three of us and him. It was four of us playing, and we was fighting the Unidad, right? And we was
Mhm.
clicking them on. It was on the hardest difficulty. I was like, yo, Devontae, get in the car, get in the car, yo. I was like, you gotta drive. We go all gonna jump in. We gonna blow it up, and boom, we done. When I tell you this dude drove us right off the cliff, yo, we gonna die, bro. Yo, I
Did y'all
never,
try to fight the predator in that game?
yo, we know that's what I'm saying. We was like getting right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he drove us off the cliff. And I never cursed somebody out gaming before, bro. I was so mad. Like he drove us right off the cliff and we all died. I was like, yo, what'd you do?
That was the wrong time. I don't drive either, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
Not no games.
Randall said GTA 6 is gonna be lit though. GTA 6 is like it's gonna be a everything game. You know what I mean? I saw the cars that got in that game.
We
I saw the
almost
cars that
made it.
got that. Yeah, I saw the cars that got in that game. So
We almost made it. We almost made it.
I know, right? Randall said my all-time favorite racing game was on PS2. Was a motorcycle game that let you hit people with bats and pipes. I can't remember the name of it. It's not Road.
Oh,
No.
I remember that game.
Shit.
What
PlayStation
was it?
2. I'm instantly
Road
thinking.
Rage or something like that?
You're thinking of Road
Road
Rash,
Rack?
right? I
Road
don't think it's that though. Because that was on the PS1. Um,
Road Rash, you said, was it?
unless unless it was on the PS2.
Yeah, he said it was on PS2. It was on motorcycles. Yeah, I think
Road Rash. Yeah,
Road
yeah, yeah,
Rash or
yeah.
something like that, right?
Road Rash. John said, "Mad late was good, King." Like it was good.
Yo, yo.
Was good, man. It's all good. Next time, next week, same time. Let's go. John just said, "Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 on the PS2."
That's a good choice.
Road Rage, I believe it is. It might be on the wrong console. Nah, you're right. It was on the PS2. Road Rash. Road Rash, yeah. Motorcycles. I remember that game, Wave.
Yeah, me too. That joint was dope.
It really was. All right, let's get to one last one and then we'll get out of here, Wave.
Word.
How can wrestling games improve? So I guess we have a wrestling theme tonight, Wave.
Yeah.
Obviously I'll kick this one off. I can honestly say I probably played every single wrestling game ever, including the Game Boy Advance ones and like the ones that were trash on the Game Boys and stuff like that.
Yeah, you definitely
Honestly,
the expert on this.
I have no real big problem right now with the 2K series. I think ever since they took that year off, which COD, you need to take a year off, revamp.
Yeah.
That's what they did, and it's working.
Take
But
notes.
I think now they just gotta basically get some of the bugs out. You know what I mean? In terms of the gameplay, some of the glitching. Like I can honestly say, if y'all ever see 2K, the wrestling game, of course, come to Game Pass, check it out. Because I feel like they've now finally found a balance between the arcadey but also the real life. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
this simulation.
Yeah.
It's not No Mercy, nothing will ever be. You know what I mean? So I'm glad they finally stopped trying to say that. That became like the biggest marketing tool ever. Like, oh, it's like No Mercy. Like it's not. But it's a lot of fun. So when they come to Game Pass, definitely check them out. But right now, for 2K24, they don't got to add no new matches. They got war games with the 2 cages and the 2 rings and all that. Just find a way to just smooth it out. You know what I mean? Just smooth it out. No bugs and glitches and stuff like that. They do that. I'm happy for 2K24. You're already going to get the roster update. The Rock is rumored to be fighting at this year's WrestleMania. So like I'm sure he's gonna be in the game with all his new, you know what I mean, tattoos and all that he got. So the roster is gonna be updated himself. So like I'm not worried about that. Just find a way to smooth it out. I would like for them to have a true competitor to AEW game. I didn't like it at all. They actually literally went for the No Mercy feel. When I say it's the same controls as No Mercy, but it's just nobody cares. You know what I mean? That's just how it is.
Right.
But that's about it. Like, it's not a bad game right now. So it's like I have no problem. There's nothing you really have to fix, to be honest. Most said no clue. Stop playing them years ago. Use guns.
That would take away the whole wrestling aspect of it.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
Rey
funny.
Mysterio from deep with the 4/5.
Just to become No Mercy. That's funny as hell. But Wave, obviously you played wrestling games growing up. Is there anything they could do to like? Is there anything you could see to be like, I check that out?
Nah, I mean, I checked it out before they took the break. I didn't check out the new one because I ain't paying it. I'll wait till it's free.
The other ones have not come to Game Pass yet. Instead, they came to Game Pass for like a weekend. You know what I mean?
Right. I really, honestly, Jay, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything they could do to bring me back to wrestling games. You know,
that's fair.
They should definitely not listen to nobody like me because I don't play wrestling games right at this particular moment. So I couldn't help them out if I tried. I'd probably be doing them a disservice.
Right.
But like you said, from what I saw, that year off definitely did make a difference. You know, you could see it in the actual way the game looks.
Right.
I don't know about the feel. I did play 22. I didn't play the new one, so I couldn't tell if the feel is different, but I know you know. So
yeah. But all right, so that's all we got for this week's show. Basically this Saturday, man, on our YouTube, we got a retrospective dropping on the PlayStation 1. Here's the trailer real quick, and then we'll close out the show. Check it out. $2.99. So this Saturday, youtube.com/ which is funny. Remember that, Wave? MySpace.com /
Put me in top 8.
Word. YouTube.com /6. Check us out, man. On the PlayStation 1 retrospective, going to how it was made. Of course, the story of how Nintendo went on stage and basically played the hell out of Sony, which kind of backfired because they made their own console, and how PlayStation took off. We'll cover everything, man. It's just the first one of many. We'll do a retrospective on other consoles, games, all types of stuff, Wave. You know what I mean? Looking forward to it though. But Wave, take it away.
I was, Mo, it's funny you say that because I was gonna mention this, man. We apologize if y'all got PTSD hearing that PlayStation music. It wasn't sure if your game was gonna play.
I just saw it.
That's a fact. But yeah, y'all have a good night, man. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us on a Tuesday night. Hopefully y'all come through and do it again next Tuesday, 9:05. See you then. Peace.
Yeah, peace.